All right, well, Sting fans, what an exciting hockey game we've got going on here right now. And, first we'll just say hello, everybody, and welcome back live from the concourse here. I'm David Burrows, and thanks to our supporters, Tourism Sarnia Lambton, and also our friends at Hughes Intelligence Canada, who will be having some special fun with coming up here on Sunday. It's the annual Teddy Bear Toss. We'll talk about that coming up in a bit, but I'm sure if you haven't been watching on the television or wherever you might be watching from, we've got an exciting hockey game coming to you right now. Let me go over to the scores here just a moment. This is what we're looking at. 1-1 right now. Shots on goal, 12 for Windsor and 6 for Sarnia. But we'll give credit where credit is due first. And let me pull it up. Where did I go? There's your first goal right there. Michael Renwick for Windsor. A very nice goal, actually, well played by the Windsor Spitfires, and that would set the pace for what was coming here. And we've seen a lot of aggression out there. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving of things happening out there, and we suspect we're going to see a little bit more there. It seems that, well, this is kind of like the London thing. This is a bit of a rivalry here on the 400 Series Highway here, but this time with the Sarnia Sting and the Windsor Spitfires. A really exciting, hard 20 minutes of the first period here. Both teams playing very, very well. Shots on goal, 12, like I said, for Windsor and 6 for us. But it was getting a little aggressive out there, and then all of a sudden, Sarnia Sting would come in to take another goal. Theo Hill would show up for this, and this was 7.1 seconds remaining. Theo Hill came through and scored for the Sarnia Sting, making this a very, very exciting period here. So we suspect that there was 2 power plays there that the Sarnia Sting had opportunity to. It doesn't seem to change much. If my friend Jay Peckham's watching, he'll say, oh, the power play. We just seem to have trouble with the power play. We're going to go here and check out the comments. If you got some thoughts on tonight's game, if you're watching from home or wherever you're watching from, we'll take your comments and questions. But this is going to really drive the next period for sure when you're at basically 0-0, one apiece here right now. And it's not just a goal, it's an exciting goal when it's 7.1 seconds left in the final part of the first period. Is this going to set the pace for the next 20 minutes of hockey that we're going to see out there? Let's hope so, because both of these teams, again, very close to each other in the West Division standings, not far apart from each other at all, and they're both going to have to tie their skates up hard and come out. And, well, we say it often, 60 minutes of hockey is what it takes to win these hockey games. And, even a few weeks ago, we had Coach Letang coming out in the post-game press conference and talking about this is not a fancy team. The Sarnia Sting, not a fancy team, and we really need to have everybody coming out to play here. Everybody, not just 80% of the team. So, of course, you don't speak about anybody, but from watching, sometimes you can take a look and go, well, that one should be playing a little bit harder and whatnot. Ben Gaudreau here again tonight. Of course, we talked about him earlier, and he does that thing where he just flexes. It's amazing. He is certainly, arguably, I was talking with one of my colleagues earlier, my friend Mark would say, Ben Gaudreau, arguably the best goalie in the league. I think he could sit down and have a conversation about that for sure and have that discussion for a long time. But Ben Gaudreau definitely shows up and keeps pulling things off for the Sarnia Sting. Again, the Sarnia Sting playing very well out there in the first period. It shows here. I think my friend Jay Peckham would say, want to see some more shots on goal. But at the end of the day, it's the shots on goal that go in that are the ones that count. There's Buzz. Hi, Buzz. Buzz is walking around putting smiles on everybody's faces. And, so Ben Gaudreau, just definitely a fantastic goalie for sure for the Sarnia Sting. When will we see Anson Thornton coming back out? Hard to say. Will we see him here? The Teddy Bear Toss coming up on Sunday. It's likely that we could see him coming up playing again, but, of course, he was off for some personal reasons there in the last week. So we'll keep you updated on that if we get some information on that. So toy drive going on here. 'Tis the season, I'll say it. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's the season for giving for sure, and especially with everything that's been going on the last, the longest couple of weeks of our lives. It's certainly been a time for celebrating now, and it's celebrating back being here with the OHL and the Sarnia Sting here live from the concourse. Want to give a shout out to our friends at the Sarnia Sting for giving us their support and allowing us to come back here and broadcast to you. And proud here on the show with David Burrows and the Video Show Network, bringing you the post-game press conference, which once again we will have select players, sometimes coaches, it's usually dependent on the final score of the game as to who we get to speak to. But last week again we had Brad Staubitz talking about Ben Gaudreau, who should not be disappointed even though they lost to the Sioux 2-0 last week. Losing to the number one team at 2-0 is not horrible. And Coach Staubitz made a very good point of saying that Ben Gaudreau should not be disappointed at all in his gameplay. He played a very good game. And tonight we are seeing the Sarnia Sting again playing very well, coming out in the first period. It's always hard to keep going when, you always like to get your first goal. When you're at home, you like to be the one to get the first goal, but that's just not a reality sometimes. And Windsor Spitfires worked very hard to sneak that goal in past Ben Gaudreau. But again, Theo Hill coming out on top to score for the Sarnia Sting with 7.1 seconds left in the first period. And that just added some big excitement into the room here at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena, and we'll be looking forward to seeing what they come out with in the next period. I want to say a shout out once again. I'm a one-man show. Jason, come home. I'd like to give a shout out to our supporters, Hughes Intelligence Canada, who will be here with Santa Claus on Sunday. Yes, the teddy bear toss happening on Sunday. Today, the toy drive. And I'm looking around, I'm seeing the Christmas trees, and lots of toys have been brought in that will be donated to local community organizations. But thanks to Hughes Intelligence, who also provides the security here for the Sarnia Sting. And also our friends at Huron Signs SWO. For 10 years they've been supporting us. Joe's Discount Tire. 'Tis the season to get them tires. And our friends at Tourism Sarnia Lambton, otherwise known as Ontario's Blue Coast. We thank them for all of their support as well. And I thank all of you for all of your support. Again, 1-1, about 4 minutes away before we get back out and see the Sarnia Sting taking on the Windsor Spitfires. We're going to see some hard hockey, I predict, coming out here in the next two periods. So stay updated, stay with me. I will be back next time. And as my friend Jay Peckham would say, he's not joining me. He's feeling a little under the weather, so he's not even here at the game tonight. So all right, I'll do it. Well, Jay, this one's for you. On behalf of myself, David Burrows, and my friend Jay Peckham, go Sting, go!